All right, so I never really do videos. I just took a couple pictures of my space down here and I'm like, you know what? Let me do a video and we'll see how this all comes together. But this is my original setup, just documenting where it all started. I originally had this same setup except for this chair. I bought this chair recently and upgraded because my old chair was flaking apart. The leather was flaking off of it and it would get all over the floor and all messed up. So yeah, that's a nice new chair I got about a year ago. But that's it. Same old fold up, broken desk, broken back here. Got that new book from Charlie Kirk just recently. About to start reading that. These are two new lamps I got recently for nice lighting for my calls. Anyway, but this setup, the same setup, just like this was all set up to bump and blast music, and I would sit here and smoke weed. I had this table set up, actually, you see, for my laptop now, and it's like a desk. That's where I work on my laptop on my business now for the last 2 years. But before that, I actually had the same setup. I liked sitting in a rolling chair because those are just nice to sit on. I never really had a couch or anything. And I liked sitting at a desk rather than having a coffee table, and I had to bend over and reach down. I would have my grinder and pack my weed up and everything, and I'd sit at my desk. And my full-time job, instead of working on a computer or something, or writing or anything, or drawing or creating art, I literally would sit at my desk and I would pack up bowls of weed in the bong. I would do dabs and heat up the torch and stuff, and I would sit there and drink, and I would have cans of beer, and it was just easy to reach and very nice setup to have all my stuff right there instead of reaching over to a coffee table like I used to years ago on my couch. I was like, this is a much better setup, easier to reach, and just have everything right here. And then I quit smoking, quit drinking, started working on my laptop, on my old laptop that I used to try to record some music. Didn't really go anywhere with it. Then I started finding other ways to work online. Did all that, upgraded to this new laptop already, like pretty quick after, like about a year, over a year, or about 2 years ago. And then I quit smoking and drinking. I eliminated all the bongs and alcohol and everything, and I just started working and made it my desk, and then got the new chair. And this has always just been there. This is where I would sit and bump music. I'd smoke weed, drink, and I'd bump music on my surround sound. That's why I bought and have this whole setup from years ago. Still bump some music time to time. I've started doing my workouts and stuff, so once in a while when I've done some workouts, I've bumped a little bit of Eminem or some music on there. Anyway, so that explains all that. That's the stairs right there with no door at the top, no door to close off or anything. Over there's my bedroom, no door, all wide open. I've basically lived in a hallway and worked in a hallway because down around there is the laundry room back in there through my bedroom, so they have to walk down through my bedroom. My bedroom's a hallway to the laundry room, and every time someone had to come down and do laundry or just wanted to come down and interrupt me while I'm working, they could just come right in. And that was a major issue, and not very good setup for me to be interrupted like that at any time anyone chose, because I had no door to close for my office for any privacy. So that was a big issue. And then this is the rest of it. I used to have my laptop sitting there, and I had a microphone, and I started to record music here, and got X and Peep and Juice. I used to have X and Peep over there in the corner, but to get my coffee in the morning, I just kind of moved them over here, spaced it out a little bit. But I used to have that as like a little studio setup corner originally. Then I started drinking coffee and working online and made that like my little coffee nook. Then I got this table from my grandma's house my dad gave me. Just happened to give me, and it matches, nice wooden table, matches well down here. And got my little nook set up. I had the microwave on top of there, table here, which I'd only got like a year or 2 years ago. Otherwise, this was always just nice open spacing, but the table fit well there. And I've sat there a couple times, smoked a cigar there, put in that window there for fresh air because it was really nasty smelling down here, and not fresh air, it got really musty. So I finally put that in just a few months back. Now we're moving, but got that air fryer, got my whole setup. That's just a closet for the sump pump. But yeah, this has been my setup. And these old windows. Got my closet in there. And the stairs there. And that's been it. This is where it all started, though. So just documenting this. And then I suppose I'll do a new video once I'm set up at the new house. in the basement there, and I've just almost finished all the painting. Plan to do that today, and I'll be getting a nice new desk instead of this fold-out table, which I've always had for years and years, and I used it to just smoke weed on. So that's all past now. So I don't really want to keep this table. It's a chance for a fresh new start, fresh new desk, rather than the same old fold-up cheap crappy one which I used to smoke weed and drink alcohol with. So yeah, and I already got the new chair there, so got all my God and Jesus church stuff, baptism certificate here. But yeah, and got the closet there. There's my old truck with the flag, Harley Davidson. And there's this old thing which I'll be burning and getting rid of from a long time ago, back on River Road, which I just happened to keep and save and took to Arizona and back with me when I moved there. We used to set the bongs on there and smoke. This was the bong spot. My brother drew that. That was my bong. He actually drew. I'd store all my weed and stuff in here. Got some of the original wraps in there, cigar wraps still, that we rolled up blunts with. Got all my signatures from friends on here. So yeah, pretty cool, but it's a fresh new chapter now, and that was literally the bong setup. Anyway, up the stairs, I put that door in recently just to try to keep the cat out, and it still hasn't worked. She still gets through it. My brother's cat. And then this is my bedroom. This was my old coffee table, which I used as the nightstand, and it works to set my phone away from the bed a little bit, so I have to get up to get to my phone over there. But I'm gonna burn that table or donate it or something and get a nice little nightstand. I'm gonna try to get a queen bed, or I'll just keep this one maybe, but try to get a little bit of a double or a queen for the new house. And then I got my hats and my dresser over here, and there's the laundry room, so as you can see. So they have to walk down the stairs, and through my room has been a hallway. That's a nice little walk-in closet there. And then my dresser there, so all my clothes and everything. And then this fireplace, which never worked. This never ever worked, and that's fine. But would have been nice, but it's just my bedroom anyway. Used to have a couch right here, and I used to have my bed over there. But then I got rid of that old nasty couch, which I got for free. Someone was throwing out. And then I moved my bed over here and rearranged it, and it's a nice open room. I've enjoyed it. It's a nice layout, but no door. I just sleep right here every night for the last 4 years or so. And anyone could just walk down and boom, I'm just sleeping right here. So that's been rough. So yeah, that's it. Here I am. And don't want to make this video too long, but this is the laundry room here. Oh yeah, worth showing, I guess. I put this toilet in here. There was no toilet. I had to go upstairs every time to use the bathroom at all and to shower and everything. But thank God I put this toilet in like 3 years ago, 3 years ago. And there was a clean out sticking up there, cast iron clean out right under the water line. So I cut it down with a grinder, and I dumped the PVC pipe into there, and I piped it up instead of breaking the floor. Just piped it up and over, put a toilet collar and everything, and hooked it up, and bought those bricks, and got this toilet for free from a job, set the toilet on the bricks, and had the pipe going down and dump in, and it's worked flawlessly. It's never leaked or anything. It's all tight and sealed off. And then there happened to be a water hookup right there for like a hose for some reason in here on this water line, and I happened to get a long water line and hook it on and adapt it there up to the toilet, and it just worked out perfectly. But I use the stool every time to take a shit, but take a piss, I just piss in here. And yeah, that's been it. Put my toilet paper up here. These stickers were all here from someone else when we moved here, and I added all of these stickers here. Pretty cool. Just some shit in there, and I had all my shirts here. So I had my shirts there first originally, and then put this toilet in. So on bricks, that's another pretty interesting, unique thing that I used for the last 3 years now. It's been my toilet to take a shit and piss, but at least I had my own toilet. And then I got my sink here. This was here, but I put this nice faucet on here, which has been super nice, and I've washed my coffee cups and stuff in there, so that's been nice. But then another thing is, then you got the washer and dryer, obviously. And then this is messed up, all these wires, and then they have water lines running over, and that's just not right. That's always made me really nervous. And then this box, super old box. It's not even the switches. I've never seen this before. It's some old screw-in fuses, pretty weird, and some big pull-out fuses. So some old box, and with the water lines going right over that, it's just super dangerous, and plug-ins right there. So, and I wash and water splashes right here, and yeah, and then there's some big plug-in right back there for like the dryer or something. So anyway, that's it. And this is the basement, and my room again over here. So closet in there. So anytime someone has to do laundry, they had to walk through my room here and up the stairs and past me working right there. I'd always be working, and they walk down the stairs past me over to here into there. And this will be part 1. I will do a part 2 video once I'm like fully moved over. Maybe I'll do one more clip when everything's cleared out of here. Maybe not. No point really, but I'll have everything cleared out of here. And then once I'm fully moved over to the new house, I'll show you guys my new setup and what that looks like. So compared to this setup, I have my own bathroom and a nice shower and stuff. So this will be part 1 before, and then an after video after I move and I'm a bit more settled in. So we'll get to see both setups. All right.